There's a deep pain in me. I don't know if people can see it or feel it, or if it's just like this huge elephant in the room thing that people are aware of, but they just don't want to address it. When it comes up, it's so overwhelming. It wears so many faces, and I put so many pictures to it. But it's just this something in me that says something's not right. And I feel it so strongly whenever I do go off track. But the thing is, I don't know what to do to correct it. I just feel this pain inside me. And all these pictures and thoughts flood into my consciousness. You could do this, stop the pain, stop the pain. But it's going through all of those pictures and thoughts and finding out what's real and what's just that other part of me that just wants to feel okay, just wants to feel comfortable. And that's what this is about. This is about making sure that I don't just go straight back to what makes me feel okay and what makes me feel comfortable. I need to feel this pain. I need to feel all of it. And I need to sit with this flood of pictures and thoughts that are coming into my awareness and go through them one by one and figure this out. I can't just keep running away. Or it's not running away, it's just putting band-aids on band-aids on band-aids. Or just getting close enough to something that makes the pain go numb. And back in my early 20s, that was just take prescription medication and do what you know is wrong anyway. And I mean that in all ways. I mean, like, being a shitty human being, being a shitty partner to my girlfriend back then, and just doing a job that wasn't right for me, and having friends that weren't right for me, and just working myself to oblivion. Because I had dreams, and I've always been a dreamer. I've always had something that I'm doing. My friends, anybody who's known me since I was maybe 15 or even earlier can attest to that. Like, I was always doing something on top of life. Like, there was always something inside me was saying, you got to do more than just be, like, you can't just walk the path of that everybody else is walking. There's something else inside of you. There's something else inside of you. And I think that's where the pain comes from. The pain comes whenever I don't honor that. And it sounds so new agey and spiritual bullshitty, but I have it, like, it's just so much pain. But I've also got to find balance with it, because I don't want it to run me. That's hopefully I go through this process and I sit with all of this pain and these pictures and thoughts and find out what I really need to understand about myself. But I don't think that this pain goes away. I think that this pain it's not it's an indicator. It's like a symptom of when I go off track. So the only way to make it go away is to stay on track and to actually do what I'm here to do and be who I'm here to be. But the problem is that I haven't figured out who that is. I haven't figured out what to do fully. Like, it's been a journey. I think I'm closer to it than I've ever been, but the pain is deeper than it's ever felt. It's like, it's getting louder. And in my urgency to push through this pain and get to the core of what's driving this and find out what's inside of me, I've just been really careless, and I've rushed, and I've just leapt at any opportunity to explore parts of myself without thinking about others. And I'm sorry if that's happened to you, if you've been a part of that. And that's, yeah, it's not heaps of people, but even people who, like, they haven't necessarily been hurt by it, but they haven't really benefited from it either. Like, I just sort of come into your life. Like, I can think of people, and it's like a whirlwind of creativity, or a whirlwind of, like, personal development or change, some kind of change. Like, just look at this, look at all these things we can do, and then I'm out of there and I'm on to the next thing. I just want to be solid in myself. I want to have a life, man. I don't want to always be striving for something. I want to find out. I want a place inside myself that I can begin from and not feel like I'm always on my way somewhere. I just want to be home. I want to go home. I want a home. I want to create that. A real one. With a routine and, like, some kind of system of shit that I do every day that makes sense to me. And all the things that come along with that. It's probably because I've been hanging out with my brother and, my sister and my brother-in-law. Like, whenever I hang out with, like, a family unit that's solid and they've got the whole picture going on, it does appeal to me. I can't run around. Like, another thing is, like, I don't want to be the old hippie who has nothing. Like, I don't want to just be on this journey forever, like, talking myself around in circles and, not subscribing to anything. Like, I don't want to subscribe to anybody else's belief system, but also I want to be a part of this planet, this society, this human race. Like, and I don't know, I'm going through this whole thing. You could watch the movie SLC Punk. It's like an old movie. Bunch of punks, like, they try to avoid society, and it's just a really tragic story where everything just goes to shit, and in the end there's, like, the one punk who really believed in anarchy, really believed in punk rock, and, like, didn't want to subscribe to anything, wanted to end the world as we know it and create a new society that was, like, better. He had all this, like, grandiose, like, delusional vision for, like, what could happen, I guess. Or he didn't really have a vision at all. He was just, like, hoping the world would end. It was a bit nihilistic, the lens of that movie. But yeah, in the end, he goes and becomes a lawyer because he just realizes, like, this game is too big. You're not going to escape it. You can't escape reality. You got to play the game in some way. And we all are anyway, whether we fucking admit it to ourselves or not. So how am I going to play? I've got a lot of ways that I can play. But again, it comes back to that pain. I've got to honor that thing inside of me. I've got to do what I'm here to do. And I think I have been. It's just that rushing thing. I don't know if I journaled about that. Like, I've just been in this big hurry to get all the hard parts and all the shit parts out of the way so that I can enjoy my life. And the big epiphany that's coming over and over again, I've probably documented it a few times even, is that, like, the rushing to get to the part where it gets good is what makes it suck. That's what makes it shit. I just want to fucking enjoy my problems and enjoy the challenges and be okay with the fact that they're going to keep coming, and I'm never going to be complete. I'm never going to be like have it all figured out. And why should I want that? Like, how can anybody actually, like, when you get to this point and you're looking at life, you're like, fuck, that's not even a thing. So yeah, it's time to, yeah, I still don't know, because I'm still sitting here, you know, I'm in the middle of nowhere, and I'm still on this weird quest. But maybe it's nearly over. Maybe it's time to just, like, I don't know. It could be time to just go back to the world this quick, like this soon. I guess it's been months. It probably doesn't seem quick to anybody else who's been observing. See what happens, eh?